In our last video, we talked about building an emergency fund, but I want to address something important, something that does not get talked about enough in personal finance. What do you do when saving feels completely out of reach? Not because you are being careless with money, not because you are spending on things you should not, but because your income barely covers your basics, and there is genuinely nothing left at the end of the month. This is not a character flaw. It is a math problem, and math problems have solutions. The first thing to do is get completely honest about your numbers. Not a rough estimate, not a feeling. Actual numbers. Take your total monthly income. Write it down. Then write down every single expense. Add them up. Now, look at the gap, or the lack of one. This exercise is not about making you feel bad. It is about seeing your situation with total clarity, because you cannot solve a problem you have not fully defined. Most people in this situation find one of three things. 1, small expenses they genuinely forgot about that can be cut. 2, their expenses are genuinely lean and the problem is the income. 3, fixed expenses that feel non-negotiable but might actually have room to negotiate. If you found small expenses to cut them. But do not just let that money disappear back into your spending. The moment you identify a saving, move that exact amount into a separate savings account immediately. Even if it is $3, even if it is $5. The habit of moving money the moment it becomes available is more powerful than the amount itself. If your expenses are genuinely lean and the problem is your income, this is the harder conversation, but the more important one. The only real solution to an income problem is more income. Can you ask for a raise? Can you take on extra hours? Is there a skill you have that could generate additional income on the side? The starting point is acknowledging that saving more is not always about spending less. Sometimes it is about earning more. If you have fixed expenses that might have room to move, negotiate. Call your phone provider and ask for a better rate. Research whether a cheaper internet package exists. Look at whether your insurance can be reduced without compromising your coverage. These conversations feel uncomfortable, but they are worth having. A $10 reduction in a monthly bill is $120 a year, a meaningful emergency fund contribution for someone starting from zero. Most people think saving means putting away a significant amount every month, and when that is not possible, they conclude that saving is not possible at all. But saving is not about the amount. Saving is about the habit. If you can save 500 naira a week, that is 24,000 naira a year. $2 a week? $104 a year. £1 a day? 365 pounds a year. None of these amounts will build wealth on their own, but every single one of them builds something more important than money. They build the identity of someone who saves, and that identity is what grows as your income grows. The person who saves $2 a week on a low income is building the same muscle as the person who saves $200 a week on a high income. When your income grows, and it will grow, that muscle will already be there, ready to work at whatever scale your new income allows. Saving is not an all-or-nothing activity. It is not something you start when you earn enough. It is something you start with whatever you have, because the habit you build today is the foundation everything else gets built on. You are not behind. You are building. And building from wherever you are is always the right starting point. If your income feels too low to save, start by getting completely honest about your numbers. Look for 3 things: small forgotten expenses, an income problem that needs addressing, or fixed costs with room to negotiate. Micro-saving is not a consolation prize. It is a legitimate strategy. Start with whatever you can. The habit matters more than the amount. Saving is not something you start when you earn enough. It is something you start now. Your action step? This week, write down every single expense you have. Every one. Then look at that list and identify one thing that can either be cut, reduced, or negotiated. Then move that amount into a separate savings account before the week is out. If you have found this useful, subscribe to Money Glow Up TV so you never miss a new video. And if you have any questions or feedback, put them in the comments. I would really love to hear from you. Coming up next on the channel, the mindset side of saving. Because sometimes the barrier is not just the numbers. See you in the next video.